Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing some new stencils from A Colourful Life Designs, and I'm going to be showing you a couple of ways to use the Marvoulous Mask Arch stencil, which is new in this month's release. But first of all, this is the Star Dot stencil, and I'm going to show you what it looks like, one of the samples that I created. This was just using texture paste on some black card and it looks stunning. So that's a really fun stencil. I'll show you another card towards the end of the video in which I've used that stencil too. But then this really was one of my favourite stencils from the release this month. And this was the Marvoulous Masks Arch stencil. Now there's two bundles you can choose from. The one bundle has 4 stencils in, which are 5 1/4, 4 3/4, 4 1/4 and 3 3/4. Or there's a second set which just has another 4 stencils in, and they've got 5 inches, 4.5 inches, 4 inches and 3.5 inches. Now each stencil is clearly labelled along the bottom. You've got the stencil number, you've got the name of the stencil, and then you've got the inch size of the arch. So for example, this stencil is 4 3/4 inches, and I'm going to show you what the measurement means. So it's 4 3/4 inches from the arch base to the top of the arch. And then the width of the largest arch measures about 3 3/4 inches. So that should give you a little bit of a rough idea of how the nesting stencils work. But there's so many different fun techniques that you can do with these. But I'm just going to show you a very basic way of using them. And I think this was my favourite way. And it was just simply using it as a stencil. So according to the size of the card that you're making, you can choose an appropriate sized arch stencil. This is a 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch piece of white card. So I'm using the 4-inch arch stencil here for this card design. And so I've just stuck it down to my sticky mat. This is the Waffle Flower Grip Mat. And I'm going to just do some ink blending with some Gina K Designs inks. So I'm going to use In the Navy, Plum Punch and Lovely Lavender. And I think this creates a really beautiful blend. And I'm going to be making a couple of sympathy cards today. So I really want to keep the cards relatively clean and simple, but I still want them to look really elegant as well. I'm using blending brushes here, just generic ones that I've got in my stash. For the Lovely Lavender, I'm just going to clean off my brush on my microfiber cloth just to remove some of that darker ink. My Lovely Lavender does need re-inking, so it's taking a little bit of effort to get a blend, but you can see the two darker colours blend together beautifully. And I just used the side of my grip mat to stick my ink cubes onto for blending. But you can see there we've got a really lovely blend, and as that dries, the inks will smooth out and you'll get a really lovely finish. So I'm going to repeat the process on another card panel, but I'm going to slightly mix up the colours here. So I'm going to use In the Navy again, but then I'm going to use Blue Raspberry. And that's going to blend in really nicely with the In the Navy. And then I'm going to finish it off with Blue Sky. And I think these 3 blues look really, really nice together. Also, because Gina K Designs inks are water reactive, I'm going to add a little spritz of water to finish off this card as well. This was partly because I wasn't overly happy with my ink blending here. I felt that I went a bit too heavy-handed with In the Navy initially, and I just haven't managed to blend them together really well. I also think my Blue Sky needs re-inking. So yeah, I definitely need to get a few re-inkers back in my stash. So spritzing with water is just going to kind of hide those imperfections and add another little detail to the panel. And again, when this is dried, it's going to smooth out and it looks really, really pretty. It's a nice blend. So I'm going to add some simple black stamping to these card panels. So I'm just using my stamping platform here because I don't want to make a mistake at this stage. Also, because I'm using silhouette images, I know I'm going to need to stamp them a couple of times just to make sure I get a nice solid impression. So I'm going to be using the Gina K Designs Beautiful Day stamp set. It's got some really lovely florals in and they're perfect for sympathy cards. So I'm going to take out the first stamp. This is like a layering set. So first of all, you stamp the leaves and the stems and then you add the flowers afterwards. So that's really versatile because you could use different colours for the leaves and then different colours for the flowers. But I'm just going to keep it black today. So I'm using VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink. This is a pigment ink. It's a really crisp black. And then once that's stamped, I can then just line up the flowers carefully on the stems and repeat the stamping. And I'm finding that I'm needing to stamp each image twice just to get a really crisp, solid stamped image. So once all that stamping's done, I'm then going to repeat the process on the second panel. But I'm going to use one of the images from the stamp set for this card. I was a bit undecided as to whether to kind of add that meadow stamp at the bottom, but I do decide just to stick with that stem. And again, I'm just going to stamp it up twice so that we've got a nice solid stamped impression. And so there's the second panel. And again, with pigment ink, you'll just want to give it a moment to dry. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp my sentiments. I'm using the Waffle Flower Paper Hug Sentiment Stamp Set. This is a really versatile one, but it's got a really lovely With Sympathy stamp. So I'm just going to stamp that twice, and I'm going to white heat emboss on black card. Now, I know that some people find this quite tricky, but I do have a video on my YouTube channel that just shares some of my top tips for how to get a really crisp white embossed image on black cardstock. So I'll leave that linked in the top right now in case you're interested in improving your skills with heat embossing, and maybe you haven't seen that video on my channel. But I really find the quality of cardstock makes a big difference. So once that heat's set, I'm then just going to use the coordinating die to die cut the sentiments out. Now, with the Waffle Flower coordinating dies, what I love about them is they have the number engraved on the back that coordinates with the number of the sentiment on the stamp set. So if ever you're unsure which die goes with which sentiment, Waffle Flower have ingeniously thought of the idea of labelling the back of the die, so that is really helpful. So I'm just going to die cut both of those out. I'm using my mini die cutting machine from Spellbinders. This is the Scout. And then once they're cut out and ready to go, I'm going to then add my card fronts to card blanks. But I'm just going to round the opposing corners on each of my card panels and the card blanks. And this is just another way of stepping up what is a very simple card. It's just going to add a slightly unique look to it, and I really think it finishes off the design. I'm going to use some liquid glue to stick my panel down to my card base. This is the Barely Arts liquid glue, and I've only recently had to buy a new bottle of this. I've had it for a whole year, and I do a lot of card making, as you know. I'm also on quite a few design teams, so I'm using a lot of glue. But the fact that this bottle has lasted me a whole year is quite impressive, and there's still a bit more in it, but I have bought a new one ready for when it runs out. I've just popped the sentiments on some foam tape, and I'm going to pop them down on the card, and then I've added a few clear dewdrops just off camera to finish, as you can see there. And so they're the two finished cards today, using that gorgeous mask stencil from A Colour for Life Designs. These are a few other card samples that I made with the Marvoulous Mask Arch stencils, because I just found it really versatile. There were so many different scenes that you could create with it. And then on that last one, I've layered up some of those arches there too. All the products will be listed in the description box below that I've shared today. Don't forget, you can use my coupon code LauraFan10 for a discount at A Colour for Life Designs. As always, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you've enjoyed this video. Also, don't forget that YouTube has that new feature called Hype, which allows you to hype your favourite videos on YouTube up to 3 times a week. And that really helps small content creators like me get seen, because it pushes out the content to other people that may be interested in it. So please use that as well if you'd like to. Don't forget to leave me a comment as well. I'd love to know what you think of these new stencils this month and the simple card designs that I'm sharing today. And I'll look forward to seeing you in another video. Take care.